Namaskar, viewers. I'm Vibhuti Jha. This is Sanatan World. Welcome to the show. And, as always, I request you to please like, subscribe, and support our channel, our thoughts, our views. Agree, disagree, like or dislike, share your thoughts, because that's what makes us better. Today, I wanted to talk about a very special thought that came to my mind, considering the just recently concluded elections in Bharat. Why I say that is that this particular election was very, very interesting and critical. It was being held in every single state other than Assam, where BJP or NDA did not rule. Even in Assam, it was feared that anti-incumbency and the infiltration of demographic challenges, what happened in Northeast will impact Mr. The government of Assam. What didn't happen? Instead, we saw in West Bengal, in Assam, we saw a massive return of Ms. Himantada in coming back to power, third consecutive term. In West Bengal, we all saw that from 77 seats in 25 years ago, BJP knocked in from 77 to 207 or 208 seats out of 294. Pretty incredible performance. What we also saw that in Tamil Nadu, the man Stalin, who had openly given the call for destruction, decimation, annihilation, elimination of all things Sanatan, lost power. The Dravid politics itself got hit by Vijay Joseph's, his own election campaign. A newcomer, completely out of the blue, somebody comes and captures the thing. You have an unconditional letter from IUML and Congress Party to support Vijay Joseph to form the government in Tamil Nadu. In Kerala, we saw complete destruction, or I won't say destruction. Congress Party and its allies coming back to power left me with one thought. Why there is no BJP in southern India? Why there is no Hindu-led evolution in southern India? Why Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu? You know that. They have such a massive upsurge of Christian population that even 80% plus Hindu population in Tamil Nadu has elected a Christian as the chief minister, Vijay Joseph. Let's not confuse him with only Vijay. He's Vijay Joseph, right? And he's an ardent Christian. He actually, there was a statement that he made that he was expecting greater resurgence of Christianism in Tamil Nadu, which didn't happen. In Karnataka, you saw the previous election that the people of Karnataka were so unhappy with the BJP rule for corruption or whatever non-performance you may say. They re-elected Congress Party, which had done categorical damage to Hindus and which continues to do so. So there is something out here. And my thought process is, are Hindus of Southern Bharat apathetic to Hindu causes? Or they are just too devoted or too unconcerned to what is happening to them? And this is a very important thing to understand. We know that there have been a systematic attempt by many divisive forces to call Federation of Southern States of India. These things have happened. There is a definite attempt. I remember I was in Kerala on a vacation several years ago, staying at Kovalam Beach. My wife and I went to travel down to Kanyakumari, Vivekananda Memorial, my favorite Guruji of mine. And as we were going, I had rented a car. I asked the driver, what is it in Kerala that despite such a large number of Hindus have no political say? He wondered in the beginning whether I was who I was because of my beard and whatever. He thought I was not a Hindu. When I told him my name and I told him who I am, gave my verification that I was not a Christian or a Muslim, he opened up. Sorry for the cough. He opened up and he said something truly remarkable. He said, in Kerala, this is several years ago, the Christians and Muslims have united on one aspect. that they will fight amongst themselves, but they will unite against Hindus. They will not let anything Hindu show up. That was very powerful commentary. And I said, what are the BJP people doing? He said, we don't even have a foothold because we don't even raise our voice. And if we raise our voices, we get beaten up because the government belongs to either communist, Islamist, or communist, and with Congress help. These are his exact statements made several years ago. And you see that pattern, whether it's a communist or a Congress, Muslim or Christian, the Hindu is crushed. My question always is, what are Hindus doing? And you notice one thing very interesting, that entire southern India, our dharmic pravritti, dharmic way of life is attacked everywhere. Karnataka, in Tamil Nadu, in Andhra, where you see that there was open Andhra and Telangana both together, where you have seen that political promises, campaign promises were made to pay the madrasa teachers and Muslims, hospitals, colleges only for Muslims. And I kept wondering, where are the Hindus? After all, India's population is more than 80% Hindus as yet. So, where is the apathy? The other part which comes out very important is that you have noticed that Christianisms, and Islamism, they have a foothold in all these states. And they have configured that Hindu is an easy group to break, very easy group to break because two things. We don't fight back. We don't fight back in the street violence sense that these two indulge in at the drop of a hat, if I may say so. That's what is important to understand. The other element is Christianism and Islamism are the two people who are totally united in not in contesting the Hindus and suppressing the Hindus. And Hindus do not fight back, do not go to the street battle, but that's exactly in a way the unity came in West Bengal, where Hindus showed and demonstrated the collective strength that we will not take the crap that Mamata Banerjee's party was heaping along. This is a very important awakening moment. My favorite phrase is, I always say that, borrowed from Sri Vivekananda ji and little one addition made by me. Arise, awaken, and assert until your goal is met. And I added, act. Because if you do not act, arising, awakening doesn't matter. It's always when you act that this matters. So 4 A's are important. And I always question, if not now, when will the Hindu arise, awaken, assert and act? You saw that happen in West Bengal. You saw that happen in Assam. You saw that happen in Tamil Nadu, where an absolute Sanatan baiter, Sanatan hater, Stalin was sent to Stalingrad. Likewise, it is important for everybody to know that unless and until we come together and stand up against the tyranny, against the abuse, like Hindus in West Bengal, the way they were being devastated, raped, looted, murdered, and killed by TMC gundas. Do we need documentary evidence for that? But this is where they took advantage of it. Because in democracy, you are not guilty until proven. So they would do the violence and run away. Where are the lawyers who will have the courage to fight the case? And if you did, you were murdered again. There are any number of examples. So for once, the Hindus arose. For once, the Hindus arose to fight, defeat the Sanatan hater. And I'm very happy about it. So my call here is what I'm talking about, Hindus of Southern Bharat. Where are you? Don't get lost. There is a definite tendency in southern India, particularly, of actors and film actors. They have a charm, a charisma, and they carry the trend. Every state has that. From NTR to MGR to Jayalalitha to Rajnikant, Rajkumar. Everybody has had a very significant cinematic career. Nothing wrong in it. What I'm saying to you is, these people were all Hindus. Why did they ruin Hinduness of the state? Now, one final thing that I want to add here. Sometimes I feel the Hindi challenge has been made into the real albatross in the neck of Hindus in southern India by vested interests. I have said this on my show many times. When I do Hindi and English shows, I have southern India people say, talk in English, don't talk Hindi. And I said only one thing. Look, my mother tongue is Maithili and I know Hindi very well. I can't skip that in my from my life, just as I can't skip yours. I just can't have you learn your language. But here is the important part. Language has not done you any harm. Language by itself is harmless. It only acquires knowledge and wisdom. Maybe Hindi speaking people were unfair in trying to convey the image of imposition. But in reality, learning a new language never hurts. And to that end, I have appealed many times that every person from northern India, regardless of your language bent, learn one language, any other language other than your own. It can be Telugu, it can be Malayalam, it can be Marathi, it can be Tulu. Learn one language other than Hindi. And I ask everybody, learn the language. There's nothing problem. People are abusing us in linguistic patterns of behavior. That's what is important for us to know. And I always say, don't be apathetic. Stay engaged, because Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma, is in constant under constant attack by organized religions for exactly who we are, because we are eternal, because we are practicing true liberal democratic way of life. Okay, we'll talk again about that. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and support our work. And see you again very soon. As I always say, Satyameva Jayate. For truth to triumph, you have to stand up and fight for it. Namaste.